New superstars are always being signed and trained in order to bring some fresh talent to the main roster. These men and women not only have to look and perform well, but they also have to go over with the fans. To do this, the WWE often has promotional videos and other material to help hype up the new superstars, but sometimes they go too far and oversell the athletes. This is a list of 10 wrestlers who couldn't live up to the hype. Starting off this list is the masterpiece, Chris Masters. Vince McMahon is known for hiring superstars who have the bodybuilder / tough guy look, and Masters is the definition of great shape. Masters had countless promos that detailed his physique prior to his debut, which made him fairly popular. He even hosted a weekly contest to see if anybody could escape his signature Master Lock to show off his immense strength. After a few notable feuds with The Big Show and John Cena, Masters seemed to get less and less airtime. After a few injuries and some time off, Masters returned only to be caught violating the WWE wellness policy for the second time. This prompted his release in 2007. Unfortunately for Kharma, luck just wasn't on her side when it came to her WWE career. After dominating the TNA Knockouts division, she made her move to the WWE where she led a path of destruction. She took out any and every diva in her way as she made her way to the Divas champion, Kelly Kelly. This all took place in quick succession, as just under 1 month after her WWE debut, Kharma was forced to take a leave of absence after she learned she was pregnant. Soon after she returned, she was released from the WWE, who cited poor in-ring shape and interpersonal difficulties as their reasoning. This was quite unfortunate, as Kharma was being billed as one of the most dominant women the sport had ever seen. Ahmed Johnson was another wrestler who fit the generic role of strong and tough, but he also showed a lot of potential. He was not only in good shape, but also had decent mic skills and adequate in-ring talent, which prompted the WWE to give him a huge push. After being hyped through the use of promotional videos, Johnson made his debut in 1995 where he body slammed the gargantuan Yokozuna to get over with fans. Shortly after winning the Intercontinental Championship, Johnson was injured during a feud with Farouk. This injury led to kidney problems, forcing Johnson to take time off and surrender the belt. Later in life, Johnson made his return, working in both WCW and ECW, but he could never regain the popularity he lost. If you look at the resume of Bobby Lashley, it's hard to understand why his career never panned out. He was a collegiate wrestler, had a great athletic build, and was more than adequate in the ring. Lashley was given tons of pushes, including his participation in the McMahon-Trump feud and multiple championship wins. He was even the first one to win the Master Lock Challenge. However, fans never fully got behind the former soldier, as the problem was that he just wasn't very exciting. That, combined with a slew of injuries in 2008, meant that the WWE had no choice but to let him go. However, it's not all bad for Bobby, who is currently pursuing an MMA career and holds a fairly good record. In a time where Crocodile Dundee was hugely popular in the US, circa 1987, the WWE tried to capitalize on the craze with Outback Jack. Essentially a stereotypical Australian with his talks of crocodile hunting, fighting, and boomerang use, Outback Jack had a ton of popularity before he even made his debut. However, when he stepped foot in the ring, everything went downhill. Jack was utter trash in the ring. He could barely pull off basic wrestling maneuvers, let alone his hilariously bad boomerang clothesline finishing move. Fans did not take a liking to him, so Jack was relegated to a jobber before being released soon after. Gene Snitsky was never meant to be a huge success in the WWE. He made his debut against Kane in a no disqualification match and was meant to help turn Kane into a face. To do this, Snitsky accidentally caused Lita, Kane's girlfriend, to have a miscarriage by knocking him into her. This made Snitsky instantly popular as a heel, so WWE decided to keep him around. He feuded with Kane, which made for some interesting storylines, but the problem was Snitsky was not very good in the ring and needed more training. Snitsky was mishandled for years until he was released from the company. I'm not sure how many of you remember him, but I personally loved hearing this guy on the mic. Brodus Clay had a ton of buzz surrounding him when he came into the WWE. He started out as Alberto Del Rio's personal bodyguard, where he started to gain some popularity before being sent back down to developmental. In the minor leagues, Brodus showed that he was more than a typical big man, as he was a good overall athlete with a great work ethic. Brodus could have been the beast that his promo videos teased him to be, but instead we got a silly dance group featuring the Funkadactyls. His character was a complete joke, and failed to make any real impact, which is sad considering he had great potential. In a straight ripoff of Mortal Kombat's SubZero, Glacier had a short WCW run in the late 90s. After countless promo videos and tons of hype featuring the tagline "Blood Runs Cold," Glacier's debut showed that this superstar was all flash. He pulled off some fancy moves, but overall he showed little real in-ring talent or skill. Glacier had one of the craziest entrances in wrestling history, featuring blue laser lights and synthetic snow. His entrance attire alone reportedly cost $35,000. After his debut, his popularity quickly died down due to his lack of real wrestling ability. This must have been heartbreaking for WCW, who invested so much in Glacier. Nathan Jones is a bona fide badass, but has proven time and time again, this doesn't always translate into a good wrestling career. Nathan is a powerlifter who spent almost a decade in an Australian maximum security prison. He was pushed as a huge, powerful, dangerous man by the WWE. His character might have been good, but his abilities weren't. He simply couldn't wrestle. The WWE really tried with this one, even partnering him with The Undertaker at one point, but his skills were just not up to par. He eventually called it quits in 2003, claiming the travel schedule was too much for him. Today, Nathan Jones is starring in movies like Mad Max Fury Road. Coming in at number 1 is Cara, who was billed as the next Rey Mysterio. WWE did everything in their power to hype up the luchador, even holding a press conference announcing his arrival. Cara was a huge star in Mexico and was known for his bold in-ring style. However, when he finally made it to the WWE, we didn't get what was promised. Cara was extremely injury prone, refused to learn English, which interfered with his performances, and was not liked much backstage. Cara was injured so often that at one point, the character was played by 2 different performers. He finally left the company in 2013 and is regarded as one of the biggest busts in WWE history. And those are 10 wrestlers who didn't live up to the hype. If you made it all the way through this video, you should definitely leave a like and subscribe for more wrestling videos like this one. Also, be sure to leave some video suggestions down below.